Welcome back. In today's video we're going to talk about our onion seedlings. I'm going to let you know how they're getting along, how they're growing, and we're also going to talk about the different types of onions. This is something I ran across when I was trying to decide which onions to purchase. We also want to take time to remind everyone that this is the last week of our 2021 seed giveaway. February 28th is the final day, and we will be doing our drawing on the first week of March. Now, since we're going to give away and mail out 100 packages of seeds, it's extremely important that you reach out to us through either email or through Messenger on our Facebook page. And there is a link to our Facebook page on our YouTube channel page. But we need to know how to get in contact with you. I'd really not like to have a repeat of what happened in fall of 2020. If you'll remember when we started the contest, hopefully you watched that video, we had 30% of our winners that we could never reach. They made a comment, they entered our contest, they never checked back with us. I hope most of you subscribed to our channel and clicked on the notification bell, so as you see videos like what I'm doing today, you're up to date on what we're doing with our contest. And for all of you, best of luck. Now let's get on to our video of what's going on with our onion seedlings. Just checking on my onions. These shallots are not coming up as well. However, these little bronze de Amaposta, they're doing great. I can't complain with the Cipollini red. That's the little small red onion. It looks like the candy onions have done well as the yellow granics. And I've got quite a few of the Walla Wallas. Looks like several of the Walla Wallas have died back. I'm not sure why. That's why I raised different varieties. I wanted to try them. And I still have, over here on this side, some home-saved onion seeds. I've not planted them all. I plan to get a little more of those in the ground. Going to go ahead and take these onions. It's a very warm day out today. There's not a lot of wind. I'm going to set them back on my table in the shade because it's not good to take plants directly from underneath a grow light and put them in sunlight. They can burn that way. So I'm going to turn off my camera and carry these out and set them on the table. Okay, I've got my onions out here on the table now. And if you look and see right in here, the ground's a little drier, so I'm going to set this camera down, set it on the stand, get my water bottle, spray bottle out, and moisten that down right good. Okay, I've got my little handy spray bottle here. There's a little weed, I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to wet those down good again. That cling wrap did great for holding the moisture, as you can see, while they were sprouting. But they got so tall that I had to remove it because it was holding them down, because it was right at the top of the soil. I have been watering these from the bottom, and I can see here that there's still more coming up here. We're going to keep them wet. I will check the temperature. I don't think it's supposed to get below freezing tonight. And if it's not, they're going to sit out on this table all night. And they'll catch just a little more sunlight tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on them. I don't want them to get too much sunlight. If nothing else, I'll open the garage door and slide them back underneath the shade of the garage and then pull them back out when the shade has hit the little table here that they're sitting on. All right, I think that should get it. Okay, now we're going to switch gears a little bit and I'm going to tell you exactly what type of onions that we're going to try to grow in the 2021 season. Following that, we're going to move right into the different types of onions. The different types that we have actually started seeds for so that we could try to grow these in our 2021 spring garden is our candy onion. Now that's a day neutral onion. The Walla Walla sweet onion, that's another day neutral onion. The Yellow Granix, which is a long day onion. I have the Cipollina small red onion, and that is a short day onion. The Bronze Amaposta onion, I couldn't tell you what type it is. It's some seeds that I bought some time back. It's an Italian onion, and I wasn't able to find whether it was a short term or long term. Just didn't spend enough time apparently. And then of course the shallots that we're going to grow, they're in the onion family, and in our area, which is zone 6B on the USDA hardiness zone, those should grow without any problem. We're fortunate because we're in the middle of the United States here. We're able to grow both short day onions and long day onions. Okay, now we're going to talk about day neutral onions. And as I said earlier, I didn't realize that there was such thing as a day neutral onion. But several different seed companies give little different opinions on it. They do tend to be your super sweet varieties of onions. According to several seed companies, neutral day onions will grow well in most areas of the United States, except the lower coastal areas of, say, Texas, Florida, and certain areas they just tend not to grow very well at all. Short day onions tend to grow better in southern states. They start to form bulbs when daylight is 10 to 12 hours long per day. Short day onions tend to be sweet varieties, and they're considered an excellent option to cook with. It is considered best to plant short day onions in the fall. And remember, in the southern states, the winter's not going to be quite as harsh as it is in the northern states. Long day onions. Long day onions tend to grow better in northern states. That's just the variety. They store better than short day onions, and the onions start bulbing when daylight's about 14 to 16 hours. Now, because you're planting these in northern states and you want to get the maximum amount of sunlight to your onion, it is best to plant long day onions in the spring, and they store better. All onions tend to store better if you're raising your onions from slips rather than the little onion bulb that you purchase at the feed store, the seed store, the garden center, wherever. Those little bulbs, that is the second year when you plant it. The first year, the onions are going to make a bulb, and that bulb is genetically engineered to not bloom the first year, but rather to store its energy in the bulb and bloom the second year. So after it's bloomed on the second year, they just tend not to store as well as those onions that are grown from slips, which it is their first year of growth.